Hey, JoAnn.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Here, you got some cold weather down there.
Yeah, and I actually got a cold because of it.
Oh, no. But you got a question. We're running out of time, so let's get you in. What's your question?
Well, my thing was, it kind of trails off of Bill's. I was raised very strong Orthodox Catholic. My entire family is extremely religious. You know, they're spiritual and then there's religious. They're extremely religious. And I have recently become agnostic, and I have a husband who has always been atheist. And as a result, our 10-year-old daughter, who I currently have in a private Catholic school, because, I mean, I went to private Catholic school my whole life, has come to me and she says, Mom, how do we know that this whole God thing isn't similar to the Santa Claus lie?
Okay.
And I'm not sure exactly how to approach it with her. I do have a minor in religious studies, so I mean I have a lot of information in regards to the foundation of Christianity, Islam, and Judaism and stuff. But I'm not sure how to take this conversation with her.
I guess the first question I would put to her is, why are you asking? Like, what is it that's prompted this question?
Well, that and compliment her on her critical thinking skills.
Yeah,
that would be.
That too.
Well, she's very analytical, like her father, very scientific, which is why we don't have her in public school. I had to put her in private school because in public school she was doing horribly, and when they tested her, they kept saying, well, she scores above average IQ. We don't understand it. It was just that she was bored. So we moved her over to, of course, a private school that could cater more to her needs.
Can I ask a question, JoAnn? Do you have any preferences or feelings about what she believes, or what are your thoughts on, do you care what she believes?
It's not so much that I care, but I want her to know the truth.
And which is what?
Huh?
What would you say is the truth?
So the truth is that a lot of the scriptures, the Holy Bible, the things that she's learning in school, were actually written by man. There was no type of, spiritual connection or some divine intervention that caused these people to write these books.
Okay, and you said your husband's an atheist, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so I guess what stands in the way of you telling your daughter what you just told me?
The fact that the entire family, she's not aware that my husband is an atheist at all.
What does she think he is?
She assumes that he's just like everyone else in the family, that, he's Christian. She assumes that I'm Christian as well.
Are you going to church?
No, we've actually stopped going to church. But yeah, for a regular time, for most of her youth, we were going to church on Sundays and Wednesdays.
Okay.
I was reading the children's Bible to her at night. So, I mean, she's had a lot of that influence already. And, I don't know how to approach and, just kind of, I mean, what do I say? Well, Mommy was mistaken.
Sometimes Mommy is mistaken.
Yeah,
and that's okay to say that.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to approach it. I mean, I think a lot of parents get wrapped up in this deal where you have to be right all the time, or your kid's going to lose respect for you. And I think actually, kids know when you're not right and you're just not admitting it. And I think you actually gain more of their respect if you can admit that you made a mistake. So I don't think there's anything wrong with telling her, hey, I was mistaken about this. This is what I think now, and it's based on this new evidence that I got.
And that might actually be a really great way to approach it, to say that, there was a time when I thought this, or I used to think this way, but then I learned some things that made me rethink this, and I changed my mind about it. And let her know that it is okay to change your mind when you're presented with a good reason to. That actually could be a positive lesson.
Yeah, I think it would be a really great lesson about how the scientific method works. That this is self-correcting. When you have something that you think is true, and then you get better evidence, then you have to change what you think. That's the only intellectually honest thing to do. I think that's a great lesson for a kid. And 10 years old, I think that's right on time.
Yes.
I mean, her ability to make moral judgments is really going to kick in the next couple of years. So she's probably going to be thinking a lot about these things.
Right.
So, equipping her with these tools, I think, is a great thing to do right now.
Now, you did say she was in a private Catholic school, correct?
Yes.
So I would let her know that no matter what she, what she personally believes, she needs to kind of toe the line with regard to what they want her to put on tests or what they want her to. I mean, she wants to keep her grades up. I wouldn't want her to get so much into this idea that this is a bunch of crap that she then makes it suffer, because a lot of times, despite the religious doctrinal instruction in these schools, sometimes they are, better learning institutions, which I would think that's probably why you have her in that school.
Yes.
Yeah. So I would remind her that you don't necessarily have to believe it to give the teacher what she wants sometimes.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. And I also have witnessed things like my mother, for instance, shooting her down.
Okay.
When she came to her, for instance, about the great things she learned about the Big Bang Theory and the universe, and how everything started as like this, I guess, cosmic pool, and she's explaining it to her, and Grandma's just like, no, God created it and stuff, and you're wrong and stuff, and I mean.
Well, JoAnn, we're rolling credits, so I think I need to let you go.
Okay.
But I appreciate your call, and I hope we were able to help you a little bit.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Okay.